All right, morning everyone. How's it going? Hopefully you're all doing good. Got some rest, gone through your checklist, done your meditation, your breath work, everything else you need to get done. And we're on the charts. All right, so as ever, we're going to start off right here. Daily, currently inside previous day. Now, overnight, we did come down to test a little bit more of Friday's range. Remember, this is Friday's bar, this big green bar right here. Monday, we opened up inside of Friday. Tuesday, we're opening up now. We are currently opening up inside of Monday. Yes, we came down overnight. You can see we came and checked Thursday's high, wick to wick, pretty much perfect. Rebalancing some of this and finding a bid. We're currently stuck between levels, all right? So the game right now on the NQ is pretty clear. Can it hold these lows to do one of these? Or is it going to produce a lower high to come down, right? We talked about this in the weekly newsletter. These are the games we're playing this week. So we're building liquidity for whatever that next move is. I would still ideally like a test of here before even thinking about this trade inside. If we're going to hold this price action, I'm open to a push back up. If we start failing underneath these key levels, getting stuck underneath the key levels, I'm open to a rotation for that imbalance. And we can look at what that looks like on the hourly. All right, so make sure you can see this. All right, so you can see right here. Currently on the hourly, we're doing a two leg, basically. 1, 2. All right, this here, basically 520s. Make sure you can hear me and everyone before I go any further. I just realized, make sure you can hear me clear. Watching these 520s. All right, so if we fail into these 520s, if we keep getting stuck up here, because you can see this was Friday's range, we drifted underneath it yesterday, we reclaimed it into the close, it became the same level, this level, dip under reclaim, this level, and overnight we've rejected. If we reject sort of 520, 480 to 520, all right, if this becomes a bear flag and we get stuck up here, there is a move back down to overnight low. If we get heavy underneath overnight low, you can see we're still pretty thin in here, even though there's some volume. There's very possibly a trade back down towards 270. And the previous week, I did have it marked out, point of control is 200, so way down here. 200, so 270, 200. All right, so if we get stuck, just repeat that all for you. If we're going to get stuck in this most recent drive up, there's a trade back down towards overnight lows. If we stay heavy, we're looking for 270 and 200 into here. Beyond that, I'm not looking for a short. All right, I'd be covering there, holding runners. The only other breakdown would need to be a technical breakdown. I'm very unlikely it would happen today. It would have to be on Nvidia heavy news, I would say, or something like this. Okay, if we reclaim 485.20, this is going to be yet another failed breakdown, and then we're looking to build liquidity for a drive back up to these levels. All right, ignore point of control. I've just done this just so I can see where we're thin. We're basically thin in here. All right, so here to here. So if there's a rejection of 485.20, you're looking for weakness under 422 for that drive back down to fill this pocket of imbalance. All right, ignore the actual profile. All right, ignore the profile. It's not based on previous day or previous week. It's just done so I can see where the nodes are building. So that's the game plan. Very, very simple. All right, reclaim, reject, trade down, underneath, weakness down further. All right, if we get weak out the open and we find bids here, all right, there is a trade back up. All right, because if we do something like this, there's a trade back up, and then the same thing's going to apply. If we're going to find bids at like 350 or 200, right, if you miss the short down, if we just go straight down and we put in some bullish structure, there is a mean reversion trade back up to the same levels. The same levels will keep applying all day today until it proves otherwise. All right, so hopefully that makes sense for you. Going into lower time frame now, you can see what happened overnight. All right, this was Trump saying he's firing Cook, traded down, traded straight back up, had more weakness, filled in most of this imbalance. All right, most of this imbalance into an old high here, into what's that Tuesday high. So just watching these same levels. These are the same levels on the chart, but just so you can see, this is your under over. This is how we're building liquidity into it. Failure up here or push through and failure into previous day value areas, previous day point of control. That can be a failed breakout back under. That is a short back down at that point. All right. Dip and hold and reclaim. That is a long back up to what? To the other side of value, very much like yesterday. All right. We're in a balanced range, folks. We are in a balanced range. Do not be looking for a huge trend day right now. It will have to prove itself. It is much more likely that we go in rotation. We have news coming as well. All right, let's have a look at some of the other indexes. Quick little peek at ES. I hate that it is not saving my chart from the other screen and it keeps doing this. Very, very annoying. Okay, but kind of the same thing. We could thin this out a bit, but let's get into here. You're looking at the bottom side of this range on ES. ES actually looks a bit nicer than NQ at the moment. All right, so same kind of thesis, and then down here, if it does an imbalance fill. All right, so if ES starts reclaim sort of 460s, 470s, 480s, you're looking for that push back up because that is a 1-2 leg on an hourly to go back up. If we fail into here and then we do some little microstructure like this, you're looking for a rotation all the way back down into here, which Alex has done wrong. That should be a blue box down there, but you get the point. All right. That's what you're looking for in ES. Very much similar play. ETFs probably look the same. Yeah, ETFs look pretty much the same. So this level down here, and then this level here, and then this level down here, and this level here for a reaction. All right, same story on the ETFs. And the Qs, exactly the same story. All right, remember Qs haven't come down and rebalanced this in cash. All right, so this move we did overnight, QQQ was not open. All right, so that move only happened in the future. So just be aware of that. If it wants to come and rebalance this on the cash market, it can. Let's have a quick look at the VIX. We should still be in a range. Slight gap up there in the VIX. Okay, so this was the range that we were getting boxed in yesterday. This is the old low. We talked about this pre-market yesterday. It's important. All right, it's bouncing off it. We've come down, double bottom, bouncing off it. If we start basing over 1517, let's just call it, what is this level here? Yeah, 1520. If we start basing over this, all right, and we don't fill this gap, then VIX is going to look for a shove back up into 16s and 17s. All right, so this level here is key on the VIX. If it holds it, it's going to look for a shove up. That will mean weakness in the market. Let me just draw that out on another chart. Bear with me a second. Make sure I've got it covered in. Currently getting stuck at that old low from 21st of August as well. So watching those levels. Sorry, folks. I have to draw it on my left monitor because it's not linking them for some reason. And what else are we going to look at? We are going to take a look at the mag. All right, let's have a look at the mag. Apple inside yesterday's range. All right, so you can see very much the same thing. Friday, here's Friday's range. Monday just peaks out of Friday, fails, comes back into range. So we're just boxed in. So it's day one, day two. We're going to open up day three inside a range, okay? You're going to see a theme here. Amazon, Friday, Monday, sideways, Tuesday, opening up, inside a range. All right, either a breakout or a breakdown below this, down to here, or they'll break out and chop sideways. Goog. stronger. Friday, Monday, this level here is going to be key. Can Goog keep going, or does it do one of these? And you know that's going to be a problem. That will then be your neckline. But still inside a range, but more bullish on Google, much more bullish than the others. Meta, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, opening up inside this range here. If it fails, sort of 49s, opening up for this fill of this imbalance, just like we've talked about in the Qs, exactly the same thing. Microsoft, week. This is the week one. Friday, Monday, this is consolidating in range. This looks much weaker. It needs to find a bid down here to go upside. Otherwise, it's going to get itself stuck because this is quite clearly a shelf at this point. So 502 break on Microsoft. That's probably a downside stop run. Nvidia, strong. Friday, Monday, holding. It wants to take out these highs of 182. Remember, Nvidia earnings coming tomorrow after hours. Everyone's waiting for those right now. Tesla, strong as well. Friday, Monday gapping over, Tuesday opening up, much stronger. So Nvidia, Tesla looks strong. The rest of the market kind of sideways. And that's pretty much it, folks. That should have you prepared. Some of you would have got that new indicator. Let's just go over that because the amount of... Oh, it's Nvidia today. I thought it was tomorrow. Have I got that wrong? I just got my my days off. Nvidia after hours today, is it? You are incorrect. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday after hours. All right, it's Wednesday here. All right, Wednesday, not today. All right, some of you downloaded the new indicator and you're messaging me saying you haven't got the link and all this stuff, which is completely incorrect. You have got the link. You're just not reading the email. So let me just show you. The email comes through right here. This is the link. All right, all you have to do is click this link. This link will open up on a page like this. Then you just click use on your chart. You might want to favorite it so you can find it on your chart, okay? All these people emailing me saying there's no link, there's no link, there's no link. There is. Every email is exactly the same. There is a link there. That's what you need to do. It will not appear like I talk about in the video. If you just type it in here, it will not appear because it's private. That's why you have to sign up for it. Some of you have also signed up for it and not put your TradingView username in. I can't do anything if you don't put your TradingView username in. So if you haven't had an email back, that will be why, because you didn't fill it in correctly. Putting your surname in the TradingView username will not allow me to add you. All right. So just do your check properly. It definitely works. Yes, I know. I'm quite right, Mike. Like, there's over 80 people using it. It definitely works. But some people just can't read an email, it seems. All right, let's go through these morning shout outs. Let's make this nice and big for you. Morning, Jesse, Thumper, DJ Noah, Moby, Miguel, Coop, Hector, Richard, Mohan, Silem, Mike Light, Ken, Troy, Cece, Sergio, Peter, Ken Northlander, Marek, Raphael, Chris, Curtis. Look at this, Curtis saying the same thing. Did I have the link and add? Did not have the link. I've just gone over that. Hopefully that's sorted it for you. Contorted, Jack, Clint, Firewater, Paul, Leron, Willa Williams, George, NRS Trader, Jack Hudkins, Bart, Mike Light, Jim K. Does it work on Top Step X? No, not unless they've now made it available for custom indicators. I don't use Top Step X, so I don't know. Jeff Stewart, Real Trini, Brian, FC Mike, Calypso, and John Lucan. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I don't know, Contorted. Have they made it available for custom indicators yet? Probably not. Patek's not going to do that. He doesn't want you guys winning. That's not the email you got. That's very odd because it's the only email that went out. Maybe check your spam. Check the spam. Morning, Bella. How's it going, Bella? Hope you're good. Hope you are doing well. All right, so nice and slow this morning, folks. We're trapped inside this range right now, watching to see if we fail up here, if we see a reaction up there. All right, because this is the under over level into previous day value area, low and point of control. Turn this light down a little bit so I can see. All right, MAG will open up red other than NVIDIA. It's in the spam. There you go. There you go. It's in the spam. So some of you maybe need to check your spams. Yeah. When's my birthday? Oh, it's on Saturday. It is on Saturday. All right, having a look at the book here. Thanks for reminding me, Bella. Having a look at the book here. So we've got a bit of buying down at 412s. Basically 100-point range right now. No big size on the book yet. News coming at 10 o'clock as well. I think 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Let me just check. Someone put it in the chat for me. 10 o'clock consumer confidence. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so watching this PDC. This is for your gap fill. ES holding its view up right now. New York view up. Coming up for gap fill, coming up for this area. This is the under over. So if we come into here and we see some failures, then there's possible rotation. If we start reclaiming all these levels and previous day value, we're going to trade back through yesterday's value. All right. The question is it an hourly pullback? The two-leg pullback on like an hourly, which is just going to go higher or not? Or are we just in a balance range? So gap fill now complete. We've just tagged that gap fill, that yellow line. Have we done the same across everything else? Filled on the spiders. Filled on the QQQ, not filled on the ES yet, but it's close. But on the ETFs, we filled it. Yeah, lots of you saying it was in the spam. Maybe that was why. Maybe that's why. Curtis, if the email you received didn't look like that, then check your spam because it's not the email that I sent out. All right, you probably just got the automated email. Check your spam. Maybe I need to do a video on that, so I don't need to say it 10 times today. Okay, squeezing up. Globex high coming up, folks. Remember, these are the under overs. We went over this pre-market. All right, this is the level. We're back testing this level. So it's really clear. All right, if we fail this level, if we do sort of spike and fail, we're looking for shorts back down. If we reclaim this level and hold, we're looking for a two-leg, 1, 2, reclaim and go back upside. Those are the options in the market right now, nothing else. It is a see money, take money type environment right now as well, folks. So did we take the highs there? I think we just about did, maybe by a tick. Would like to see it get through that a bit more. Tesla now green, NVIDIA green, everything else weak. ES now filled its gap. Not in any of this long, by the way, folks. Didn't want a long until we see a reaction up here to see what we do. I'm not going to guess these midpoint of this range. Remember, this is overnight range. Long, cheap longs are down here or reclaims of here. Otherwise, if you're long here, you're susceptible to one of these if they go risk off. I don't know what they want to do today. Yesterday was nice and clean. Today, just need to let it build out a bit. Morning, Brandon. Okay, starting to see a little bit of stop-start up here. We've exploded away from those flow zones so far. See if we maybe test value or something from yesterday. And let's get some volume on here, shall we? Yeah, it was in spam. There you go. There you go. So just a standard thing. Oh, it does make me laugh. It's all good. It is funny. You should have seen the amount of comments and emails I had today about that. Alex, you haven't made it free. You've lied. No, I have made it free. You just haven't checked your spam. All right, getting stuck in this supply up here after back testing it. All right, this is what we were talking about pre-market. So they're going to make it hard because we're very early in the day. We're just 5 minutes in so far. I'd actually quite like to see a little spike up here and a back check of that. Is this higher time frame algo? What are you, mister? Is that 24 hours? So what are you? Well, got two on here. That is confusing me. Why is my New York view up all the way up there? That's not possible. It's got to be yesterday's one. Okay, I'll have to get rid of that. Last time I jumped straight into my PA account, I blew it. This time I'm taking today just to chill, look at the market, not going to rush. One big thing I've learned from you is patience. Yes, patience is everything in the market. Absolutely everything. All right, so we filled the gaps on the ETFs. VIX back down into its RBS level. And we're starting to see some issues up here like we talked about. All right, so what's going to be tricky here is timing this if it gets stuck up here. It's going to be very, very tricky. Starting to see some sell pressure come into the market at the moment. Not convinced of anything yet. Looks like so far that was a very good short up there into this box that we had drawn out. So we're starting to see it get stuck. I wouldn't mind one more attempt up there and then see it fail. I don't really want to jump in down here because we're quite far away from that now. You'd have to give way too much risk. Sellers still up there at 520. They're looking for a pop to get filled into. Is there anyone above them? Not really. Look at ES. Much more liquidity up there on ES than NQ. NQ relative weakness this morning by the looks of it. So back down to that New York Open. This puts the session red if we start getting up under here. Here's VWAP again. This is heavy, folks. This is heavy. Heavy tape. So clear failure up here, failing to reclaim. If we start to wash here, you're looking for a move down to 415s and 375s. No way of joining this yet, unfortunately. Nice reaction from this box we talked about pre-market. If it reclaims this box, then there's a squeeze. If it comes back up here and fails anywhere up here, we're looking for a rotation lower because we've got liquidity that we can come and aim for, especially this guy down here, 415. So just waiting to see if it's going to offer some entry today or not, if it's just going to be annoying and not offer an entry. Holding that New York Open. Rip straight back up. Spiders bouncing off their VWAPs right now. No entry for me yet. This is just chopping around. I don't want to get chopped up in this. I want clear push and failure if I'm going to think about a short. Because all we've done is test supply, come back down, test New York, test VWAP, go back up. I'm a bit confused what this guy is. This is, what are you? Okay, you're 24 hour. Okay, now I've got my head around it. Forgot that I changed that. Okay, so either push and fail here or squeeze out, reclaim these levels, and we're going to go higher. So decision point for the market here. And again, no entry point for a short here right now. Flow zones are flat. Give it a minute to wiggle out. Don't want to get chopped up in range. So going to come retest that PDC by the looks of it. Remember, if they reclaim this purple box and reclaim previous day value area low, we go into yesterday's value area low and we just start squeezing. This is why I'm not shorting it yet. If they reject here and we start making lower lows and lower highs, we can think about a deeper wash. But I'm very, very aware that this hourly could have just completed a two-leg pullback and might just want to start, exploring the upside from yesterday. Because we are in a balanced range. We went over it pre-market. This is day 3 in this range. Friday set the range. Monday was inside of it. Failed to break out Friday's high yesterday. Openings up inside of Friday's range still. Where does it get thin? We get a bit thinner through 520s, 520 to 530. So that was level 480 to 520s, wasn't it, from this morning? One thing I would say, ES looks like all its orders are upside to fill right now. Look at this. ES has only got orders upside right now. NQ starting to add a bit more on the book, and not the same. Big order down at 275, worth noting. Remember, news coming at 10 as well, folks. All right, new high on the session. So we never got that lower high, lower low, so it keeps exploring upside. Probably going to come and test previous day value area low at this point. ES back into PDC. The chop continues. So dancing between New York Open and VWAP and PDC and Globex right now. So 520s on the book above. If we get through 520s, we probably go and test value area from yesterday. If we start reclaiming value, then we go and test previous day point control. Remember, this is considered fair value from yesterday. This is where all the volume is. Yesterday was a small range. Is that previous day or previous week? This was yesterday's range, really, from here. All right, so if we fail in here, there's the rotation. If we reclaim this, then we're going to come and test previous day's value area high. I would imagine if we get to previous day value area high, we are going to go and take out a Friday high, just because it would be a numerous attempt to get up there. But right now, we're still stuck in this red box. Need to be patient today, folks. You will need to be patient. Do not be forcing your way into trades right now. We are not in a trending market. Higher time frame, like a daily. Obviously, we are in daily uptrend, right? Weekly uptrend, but there is a chance that the daily will set a lower high, and that lower high really should be set much higher, should be set up here. But if it shows weakness, we might get stuck here and come and wash some of the lows. So we're in balance. In balance, you are in a see money, take money environment. You're trading edges. ES and spiders look like they want to explore upside at the moment. All of the mag now red. All right, so all of the mag losing a bid right now. Slap bang in the middle of this New York range right now. Give it time. 15-minute bar, your opening range about to be set. Nice and patient, folks. You're clicking buttons and there's no setup here. I don't know what you're doing. Yes, very likely a choppy day. George. Very, very likely. All you have to do is look at the daily. Very likely. Tricky thing is that wick to wick on that daily bar was set in futures only. It was not set in the New York timeframe, which means no cash has been traded down there. It's always risky. All right, more fails coming in here. They're making this tricky. Definitely relative weakness coming in the queues. Back to the New York Open again. Do they bid off this again? ES coming back into key levels again as well. More chop. Opening range about to be set. We've just gone from one side to the other. Or it is set. Your white to white. That's your orb. Morning, John. How's it going? NQ feels like a heavier tape for sure. You can see that vacuum just left above us there once we started to fail. They're really struggling in this back test up here, aren't they, like we talked about. If we keep building liquidity here, there will be a technical breakdown if they can't get through it. All right, think about this, sort of trend up. If they start failing backside of this, there will be a technical breakdown. We can mark out some of the levels we might, if that happens, that we might look for. I'd say here looks somewhat interesting. Let's do it lighter. Okay, back to New York Open, back to this VWAP again. This is looking very, very heavy. They cannot sustain bids into that red box at the moment. This is heaviness. Back to the New York Open, back to your opening range. Do they start to sell this with a flush? It definitely feels like it. Here it comes. So here's your orb trade, folks, in this short now. Looking for expansion lower. Scalping out for the start of the day. On the wrong account. That's a good start there, Alex. You muppet. They didn't link because I was on the wrong account. That is very annoying. Previous day low being checked here. So that's kind of big under over here on previous day low. If we get through this, you're probably going to trade into this blue box. Oh, I just cost myself a lot of money there by not linking them. Well, that's very unfortunate. Okay, so you should be see money, take money today as a reminder. Be careful if we take previous day low and we turn back inside. Be careful. That green line is your previous day low. Here's your orb. That was your trade down. Nice quick trade down there. 20 odd points. Unfortunately, I was on the wrong account. That is my fault. Yeah. Absolute muppet, Alex. Cost myself a lot of money there because they weren't linked. All right, previous day low here. Tesla trying to go green. I'd say your New York, your orb, your New York, and your VWAP are going to be important here. ES just took out session low and is turning back inside. Remember, see money, take money today, please, folks. Do not get caught too far one side of this. Nice, Richard. Still, they're trying to absorb this here. You can see it on the tape, but I still think we're going to move lower at this point. ES showing some weakness. I want to drive up to set some structure, but it's just not willing to do it right now. Wiggly here on the tape. Wiggly here on the tape. Oh, we're going to break down. Remember, this is the level I think we want to come to. These equal lows down here. Basically that London low. So if you're in this short, you should be taking partials into this because we are see money, take money. Why are we see money, take money? Because we are inside. Okay, so trying to reclaim previous day low. If we reclaim it, you want to watch for a retest of the orb in the New York and the VWAPs up there. All right, and we stay heavy there. There's a short signal. Reclaim that, and we're going to go right back to the top side of the range. You must be in scalp mode today. Cannot say it strong enough. We're not in a trend. We are in a balanced. This is day 3 of inside this balance range. So please, 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 please be paying yourself. If you took that orb short here, that's a decent trade. It's 40 odd points. You've got to be paying yourself some money here. Oi! So back to the orb, back to the New York, back to the VWAP. So reclaiming previous day low after stealing that liquidity. Somewhat surprised it didn't want to move down for those equal lows, but let's just see. Through the New York. Okay, so you should be out now. You should not be holding any of this. I have to see if it resets something here or not. If they want to scream it all the way to the upside, they can. If they get stuck here, they get stuck here. They set that lower high intraday. But Tesla having a bit of a boomer here, now up 0.66% on the day. Everything else still red. Weakest asset today so far is Google, having a bigger pullback. SPY trying to reclaim PDL and PDC at the moment. ES into PDL. Obviously, QQQ, we already took it and turned back inside. So choppy day continuing. VIX still stuck in its range. If you look at that RBS level, we talked about those 1520s. It's still holding on to that at the VIX. Right, there's no dive beneath it yet and no spike, big spike off it. Chris Hooper, W scout mode activated. Yep, well done, mate. It's key, isn't it? Understanding market conditions are key. When you need to be in scout mode, when you need to be holding for a bigger trend day. I'm trying to be extra patient because that first trade, well, it wasn't linked, so it's annoyed me. Back inside the orb. Right, this here is still your under over, right? So if we reject here, I still think there's liquidity down here to come for. You've just got to be careful how it builds it. It's a big rejection there on the ES. We are just whipping back and forth. As a reminder, you've got news coming at the top of the hour. Consumer confidence coming top of the hour. Peter, testing the indicator today. Oh, good for you. Let me know how you get on. I'm interested. If you all like it, I'd love you all to reach out on that YouTube where I put it up. Let me know what you think of it. So VWAP, opening range low, New York, and all of the flow zones are flat in this area right now. So this is a no trade area for me. Just wait. Understand when to wait, when to attack. Here was your chance to attack. All right, I didn't like this. This would have been good. We could have got a better short, but I didn't want to do it. Question now is, do they set that here and rotate down to here? Or are they really nasty and they do one of these? This is our current range in New York session. You're probably 50% into it right now. All right, if we go session high, session low, yeah. Not the place I want to trade location-wise. Today is hard. Yeah, it will be hard, George. It will be hard, especially for you ICT traders who are absolutely hell-bent on having trend days all the time. Right? We're in a balanced range. It's going to build liquidity. It is going to build liquidity today. It's screaming that on the daily that it needs to build liquidity. Yesterday built liquidity. Friday gave the injection. Yesterday built inside. Today still inside Friday. Until we abuse Friday's high and lows, we are going to build liquidity. It is going to rotate back and forth. 15-minute orb was a no-go today. Well, I don't agree with you because this from here to previous day low was a partial, and if you got to there was more. Again, if you're looking for a huge trend day, playing an orb on an inside day, you're failing to understand what's in front of you, right? There is a legitimate trade here from here to here. That's a legit trade. Runners to here. You've got to understand market conditions, folks. There's a big difference between trading inside days, building liquidity days, and trading trend days. If you don't understand that, you're going to get hurt in the market. You cannot have trend days without having the inside days. Yeah, mustn't look for more, Dean. Must not look for more when we're inside. Must not look for more when we're inside. Just be happy scalping out, right? Be protective and happy. Okay, so now if they trap up here, they can come and explore what? Previous day key levels. All right, so sweep of the low, they're coming back into what? Where volume, the edge of volume. All right, through this, if we get through this and we build out up here somewhere, or even better up here, we'd probably come and attack this. If we get through that, we'd probably take out Friday. And then, and only then, do I think we get up here. Right now, you can see what we're doing. Edge to edge, right? Edge to edge. Yes, Jack. I even I messaged you on YouTube telling you that because I recognized your name. I won't be able to do it now, but I'll do it when I get off. Oh, so there's liquidity above us right now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As you can see, they're all above right now, waiting to get filled. I'm going to get a reload on coffee. You have news coming in here very soon, folks. Move that so I can see my clock because I can't actually see it. There we go. All right. All right, so we're still building into news. I definitely won't be touching this now, waiting for the news to come. And we can think about if there's something setting up afterwards. Just stuck at these levels. Mag still all red. Nvidia trying to go red to green. The rest of them are out of the money. Decent amount. Tesla's though, strong one today. As a whole, the mag 0.25% down right now. Still reacting to that supply. You can see the 480 to 520. We went over pre-market is a key level. All right, you can see it. It's a key level. It was the edge of where we found bids on Friday. We dived under it on Monday, reclaimed it, and squeezed above it. We closed the day by it. We came under, rejected, came under, rejected again. Now we're rejecting it again. If we get back through this, then where we're going to attack? This liquidity up here, probably. All right, so if we get through this and reclaim these, we can come up here. If we keep rejecting it, we collapse back down. All right, this is why it's an under over level. It's a big level here, and they can do nasty things where we just do this and trap traders. That's why it's not a trend. You do not look for trends in this. Need to move this down a bit. Sorry, folks. Clean it up a bit for you and just move that accidentally. There we go. It's better, isn't it? All right, here's your news, an hourly candle, a new 4-hour candle here as well. All right, so watching, if they fill this imbalance, if they come and squeeze through 20s, there's an imbalance to 45s. Watching to see how it reacts if it gets up there. All right, up into these. So if they take 20s out, I think there's a squeeze up here. I don't understand what this guy is. Why is he on my screen? There he goes. He's adjusted now. It's just trading view being annoying, is it? In fact, let me save this and just another bug on trading view. There we go. There we go. It's better. Where's my supply gone? Trading view, are you just trying to piss me off today? Just delete my levels there. Oh my gosh. All right, still stuck up here. No change. Edge of New York range here. Not over those 520s. Not come and tested point of control from yesterday. Not tested value area from yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with their trading view recently. They need to sort it out though. Feels like we're building liquidity to try and search up here at the moment, but there's no way I'm playing along in front of all of this. No way. VIX still in that RBS level. I want to see VIX like really come and fail hard and come and test PDC if we're going to think about a long through all this, but this is a no. Even though we're in a buy signal, all these things, I can just zoom out and just know that we are just in this and nothing else. Yes, I think we want to test this, then maybe we get one of these, maybe we just pull back and hold and we extend, and then I can think about what's next. But I need it to come and clear this out before I think about anything right now. Yeah, please smash that like button, folks. I definitely don't say it enough on stream. Smash that like button. We'll do a giveaway later in the week as well. At 520, still on the book, 50 lot up there, a little bit of fluff above him. Let me see if there's anything above that. 550, not really. Let's check ES, is it still all above? Thinned out a lot in here, ES, about, 5 minutes ago. Pulled a lot of the orders off the book. It's still in that RBS level. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So one trade today, just that orb short for extension down to PDL. That's it. That's all we've locked in so far. A little scalp. Just waiting at the moment to see if we can build some more liquidity. Waiting to see how we act at these previous day value areas and 520s. If we build liquidity over it, there is potential for a squeeze all the way up here to the top side of previous day range. If we come up here and we fail, it's going to be a problem. Nvidia now going green on the day. Microsoft not too far away. Rest of the mag bit further down, I'll give you a readout. Apple, 0.83% down on the day. Amazon, just over 1/3% down on the day. Google, 0.81% down on the day. Meta, 0.13% down on the day. That's got a chance of going red to green. Microsoft, 0.03 down on the day. Chance to go red to green. Nvidia, approaching 0.25% up. Tesla just gave back all its gains and it's just gone red on the day. All right, the chop continues. The chop continues. They don't like these levels that they keep coming into on the mag. Tesla fighting red to green now. It was up nicely on the day. It's fighting red to green. It does look like inverted head and shoulders, Raf. I don't disagree with you. I just don't like that we're creating this right shoulder right in a key level. There's no way I'm taking this long side. Far, far too risky for me. If we were above, right, if we'd done sort of this move, let's say here, and we are creating this here, I like this more, all right, for a rotation. But building this liquidity in this key level, maybe it does a little squeeze out and it could get slammed down on a face as well. So I'm not willing to play this right now. Location is not something I'm interested in here. So I look at the breakdown of the orb. Why aren't you looking to take the breakout of the other side? Well, I think I've just explained that. There's big difference in what's resting, right? Breakdown of the orb had key levels to take out. Break upside of here can very easily get stuck with a failed breakout because this is the edge of yesterday. All right, this is where sellers are trying to take control. Very different. If you don't understand location and what's there, this is where people get stuck. Like, even with flow zones, I don't just take a flow zone dip long because we dip into it and we're in a buy. We've got to have reason to go higher. We've got to have reason to go lower. When I take this, there's reason to come down. When I take this right now, this is buying high of day at supply where we can get a failed breakout. It's not a breakout trade that I want to take. Really important that you guys understand the difference. This is where newer traders get stuck. Like, let's say even the new indicator I put out and they take every single 21 EMA cross with a 200. If you don't understand where the market's trying to get to and structure, you're going to get stuck. All right. It has to be able to search for a key level of liquidity. It has to be able to, has to want a reason to go to a level. So, like, what do we say on stream all the time? The two things I ask you to think about before every single trade: momentum, location, momentum, location. Momentum here isn't too bad, but I'd zoom out and say, actually, it's pretty shit. All right, because here's your downside momentum. Here's upside. This could be a pullback to do what? To go lower. So is this a good long location? No, not really, is it? Not a great long location. All right, you've got to zoom out, folks. You must zoom out. Exactly, Coop. Momentum, location, all day, every day. Before every trade, every single trade, you need to be asking yourself that. Whereas think about this morning, when we built this morning. Right, here's the open. Rejection. Under here, builds liquidity. Rejection again, failed breakout. Now we've got buyers trapped at the highs. Comes back down. Have we got stops here to explore lower? Yes. Have we got a reason to come lower? Yes. All right. Boom. All right. Easy scalp. Makes sense at that point because we've got buyers trapped and a good reason to go lower. Doesn't feel like a good short location. Well, we've been here numerous times, haven't we? What I'd say is I think it wants to peek through before it does anything else. All right. So this level right here. All right. Support, back test, breakdown, test 1, fail, test 2. If we get over this, we can squeeze. We can also sweep these people out, come up into previous day value, point of control, and then fail. All right. This is why before the market, we said we're either looking for this or this. All right. This is quite clearly a key level. This was called out pre-market today. We talked about it. What is this right here? Failure or reclaim? These are the options today, folks. That's what we're looking at. That's what's setting up. I just want to make sure on the right side of it. So I'll wait for it to show its hand. Right? I want to know what I'm playing against right now. Imagine the amount of traders trying to short this and long this getting stuck. Right? They longed up here for the breakout. They got stuck. They stopped out. Someone shorted down here for the breakdown. They got stuck. This is what we're doing. We're just building liquidity. It's why it slowed right down. Not every day is going to be amazing, all right? Some days we need to build liquidity. They are adding above us, though. 15, 20, 25, 30. VIX starting to fail into those 15s now. Is it going to go for that gap fill? Still in an RBS, but it's starting to show signs that it might break down here, the VIX, which will help this go upside. There we go. VIX starting to break up down here. This is going to try and squeeze up and take out this liquidity now on the book. 15, 20, 25, 30. It's what it wants to take out. It wants to clean that out, and then it can make a decision. Trades up into previous day value area low and previous day point control. Here you go. Just clean that book out. So you can see on the book map above me, you see that shove up. We took all the sellers out other than 30. And you want to be careful here. This is a bit like a small cap trade, right? This can be a failed breakout level. That's why I'm not long on it. It can keep going, that's fine. If we squeeze up and we pull back and we base hit, then I'll think about a long. Well, actually, it'd be even better if it does this and bases around here, previous day value. This can be rejection points up here. Can you explain scalping? What tips you offer for a good scalp? Just liquidity and the type of day. All right, if we're in a trend day, I don't really want to scalp. I want to try and position myself for the trend. If we're in a day like this, I want to scalp. I want to, use other people's pain points, be in and out the market, make some money, move on to the next. It's all about the type of day we're in. Here you go. Here's the failed breakout. We've just talked about this for the last 5-10 minutes. Why I'm not going to long up here. So we've just cleaned out all this liquidity. Why did I say I wouldn't take the orb long? Because this is the area that shorts are defending. All right. This is volume. I don't know, folks. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm trying to explain it in a way that makes sense. I really hope how I'm explaining it makes sense. If not, I'm not really sure how to reframe it. All we've done here is just sweep above the 20 and fail so far and back into range again. And MAG are all red other than NVIDIA. It's sinking in slowly. That's good, Aaron. Look at the book. The book map's cleared out as well. It's not what you want to see. So who are they going to attack liquidity-wise? Not much here, right? Market's gone to sleep. It's a bit more on ES, but market's kind of gone to sleep on NQ. Look, completely thinned out after we cleared these sellers out and we've just flopped away from them. Try and make it it's easy to understand. Sometimes I guess it's harder for me to explain nuances of the market. So where are we now? Think about where we are now. Probably about the midpoint of the opening range. So location still terrible, right? So the traders that are having fun right now are probably, those who are big enough size that they're willing to short against here because they're in control of the market. We really need to see big breakdowns if we're going to short. There is no big imbalance left in here. I mean, that's a big candle and we've repriced and sold, but have we had a breakdown beyond the view ups? No. Are we underneath New York Open? No. Are we under the orb? No. Where are we? Balanced, right? Inside New York. Inside the first 15-minute bar. In fact, we're inside, coming back to the first 1-minute bar. All right, so no change here in the market, no change of state, no change of conditions. Yeah, he's quite right, Dean. I love that expression. Don't diddle in the middle. Brandon, recognize the type of day you have and trade it accordingly. Easier said than done, of course, which is why patience is key. Yeah, quite right. I mean, both of those statements are true. The easiest way to recognize the start of the day, as soon as you come to the charts, right? As soon as you come to the charts and you go to this daily, right, and you zoom out and you go, okay, where are buyers stuck? They're stuck above here. Where are sellers stuck? They're stuck below here. Okay, where are we? We're in the middle of this. What happened on Friday? Big reaction. What happened yesterday? Stuck in Friday. Where are we now? Stuck inside of Monday. So we're stuck inside of this. Until we see this, we're not truly bullish. Until we see this, we're not truly bearish. In here, we will build liquidity because many things are possible right now, right? Imagine the daily does this and then fails. That will be a lower high on the daily and a lower low. This will set a bear trend. Imagine the daily does this and reclaims. This will be all-time high push. All right, so many things are possible right now, and the big levels they're fighting over are these levels here. So in between this, we build liquidity, which is why we shrink down to lower time frames and look for the same kind of thesis of where traders are stuck. The daily will always give you a good clue. Always. If we're gapping up on a daily outside of the previous day's range or outside of a balanced range, what are you looking for? Gap and go, or retest and go, right? Because you know people are stuck beneath you. We're not gapping up, right? We're flat. We're on the session right now. We're 0.02% up on the day. Flat. Gives you a good clue, right? If we're gapping up 0.5%, 1%, 2%, we can think about pullback, long extension, or extension out, overcook it, and then a short back in for mean reversion. I can draw all that out for you. If it's going to help you, I'm happy to draw this out because the market's not really moving right now. Do I think we come and test these? Probably. ES has relative strength here. I think the spiders are trying to trade up to 43.30s at the moment on the cash market. ES has still got to take out that 63. So 463 is probably what 63 is probably what it wants to take out if it can to inflict some damage. That's previous day initial balance low. But if you want to go over like gap thesis and stuck traders, I'm happy to do that today. You can see even today, right now, what are we creating? D-shaped profile. All right, just balance. Very early in the session, remember, we've got plenty of time left. Initial balance is going to be set in 13 minutes. I'd say half the battle we're trading is, I'd say more than half the battle that we're trading actually is knowing when not to trade. Then it's knowing when to trade, and then it's knowing how to put the trade on. Alex, for a first time evaluation, what prop would you recommend? I've always used my own money. For your first time, Dean, I would say whatever the cheapest one available is. That would honestly be my advice. So probably like because you're going to have to get used to the rules. So maybe an Apex or something like that. It's not that their rules are favorable. It's that probably first time, unfortunately, you're probably likely to get it wrong. But my favorite accounts, Apex for scaling, TPT for same day payouts, and Tradeify growth accounts are very good, especially when they're on sale. I think you just missed it by one day. They had a 40% sale on. Those are the top three. You can always check out shoppropfirms.com. But yeah, whatever the cheapest account is, because you're probably going to get it wrong. If you're comfortable trading, then I'd probably say growth account. I was leaning TPT. Yeah, I mean, I really like TPT. Same day, it will feel the closest. And once you go live, it is exactly the same. Same day payouts, no trailing drawdown. All right, we're approaching for this. It wants to come and test previous day value and point of control. All right, so failed here. So breakout traders, think about what's happened so far this morning. Breakout traders came in once, failed. They came in again, failed, got washed out. We took the lows here, swept. Now we're coming up. Now breakout traders are going to get annoyed that they missed this move. So we're going to come and test value. And if we get through value, point of control. Starting to see a little bit of separation in the flow zones, but nothing yet that's making me lick my lips. Let's put it that way. Yeah, trade day give you a lot of analysis and they're cheap. The harder thing with trade day for people that are used to trading cash is it's a longer evaluation. So if Dean's traded cash his whole time, sitting in at least a 5-day evaluation, probably less than ideal. At least with TPT, you can get it done in 2 days. So while we trade sideways, walls of buys and sells are being placed above and below, and we're just waiting to see which side pushes higher to react accordingly, and previous day's volume. Yeah, I mean, really to get along, right, you want to see a push through and a base above the key levels. All right, you want to get above all of this, leave sellers down here trapped so that we can rotate higher. I'm not convinced in this action. Like, I'm not convinced in this action yet. I mean, we might come and do this. We need to base here for me to think about a long, because I'm still not going to rule out something like this. I really am not, because of where we built volume yesterday. This is yesterday's volume. It's right here. Volume at the highs. What we did overnight was test Friday's imbalance. If you think about Friday's candle, it looked something like this. All right, and Monday, we've gone sideways like this. Overnight, we've done this, and we're here now. Friday's candle's actually all the way up here, is it? I've got to see. No, here. All right, let's just draw this out on a daily so this makes sense. Think about these candles. Friday, last week. Monday. Can I zoom this in? Let's have to go to a 5 minute just so I can draw it. Monday. Tuesday, remember this only happened overnight, didn't happen on cash. Back to RBS. Tuesday, if we reclaim Monday, we can maybe trade upside, because then we can use liquidity. If we reject Monday, we can come down here. Why? Because cash hasn't traded down here. Cash has not traded down there. We've only traded down there on futures. All right, value about to be tested. So value now tested, previous day value. So if we squeeze through this, point of control is what they're looking for. Yeah, exactly, Jesse. For anyone new, nothing beats Apex. You pay $33 for an eval, $16.90% sell. You won't feel bad blowing an eval because it's so cheap. TPT, you have to shell out. Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. That's why I say start as cheap as possible. VIX's starting to break down now. Okay, VIX really starting to break down. It's going for gap fill at the moment. SPY coming up to that 43.30s we just talked about. So the test on SPY, and we're coming up to it. All right, so we're coming up to previous day point of control. These are volume areas. Tesla now gone green, Nvidia now green, Meta now green, Microsoft about to go green, Amazon not too far away as well. Seeing that squeeze out in the market. And we can kind of trade all the way up to 70s if it really wants to in terms of volume. Let's see. These levels here are key. If it starts reclaiming over 70s, then I'm looking for pullback longs to continue higher. If we squeeze up here and see a massive flush down, then I know it's a big old trap. Man, that makes so much sense, making me feel like I'm learning, which is dangerous. Look at that. You called it, Alex, and you're right again. Shocked Pikachu face. Yeah, I mean, it's just understanding. All we're doing is back testing. If you just think about all the market wants to do is back test levels. Like, we never move straight, do we? So just think about, if we're moving up, all right, what are we doing? Even if we move up like this, at some point we back test, and then maybe we test this level, and then maybe we chop, and then maybe we do this. All right, that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're just back testing. If we think about Friday, Monday went sideways, Tuesday come under, we're coming back to here. We're back testing some of these key levels. If we fail here, we back test this. If we fail there, we back test lower. If we reclaim this, we try and back test this, take this, and go for all-time highs. All right, we're just trading level to level. It just wants to see, it's trying to test, like, is there liquidity here? Is there think about this. Buyers down here going, is there a seller up here? Are they here, or can we keep trading higher? Is this good value to rebid at? Or is this a trap where we're like, okay, we've squeezed out, buyers have now chased the highs, we're going to let go of value, and we flush back down? I don't know the answer. I just know that we're going to backtest levels. And once we get through those levels, we can think about the next trade. Watching VIX now. VIX really starting to break down. Remember we went over this pre-market. Wrong indicator. Sorry, folks. Let's grab this here. All right, we're starting to break down into this gap. When we talked about this RBS level, it's not holding. And we're coming for PDC on the VIX. All right, so this is probably a 50% pullback here. So market will keep pumping. And if the VIX turns around here, we're short. If it fails under here, we stay long today. Like I said, very patient today. 5 minutes or 4 minutes now, really, till the initial balance is set. We're on a 20-day. Are we? I missed that. Good eyes, mate. Yeah, we've just traded through it, actually. Just traded through it. And we held the 5-day this morning. Man, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? Okay. Point control here, folks. Point of control. Struggling there. Yes. FCT, Apex code to get you 80% off. All right, stuck between POC and previous day value. If they pull back and start to hold here, there is a chance for expansion higher. If we have a little shove without pulling back and we start to see failure, I'm not going to rule out a bigger fail in the market. But if we start reclaiming, then there's a good chance we go back for the old highs. Part of me just thinks they probably wait until after NVIDIA for that, but who knows? I don't feel like we're missing out on much, that's for sure. Range is small. From the low of day 26, you've got 120 point range initial balance. I mean, it's not the worst, but certainly not great. Stuck at POC here, quite clearly. 550 on the book above. Let me check ES. Still liquidity above on ES, all the way up to 65 they're looking to fill, which would take out that high, yes, which is what we talked about, that 63 high on ES. It feels like it wants to take that out. That's the game, which is why they've got orders up at 65s. Oh, I'm going to have to use the bathroom here. Be back in a second. Look at that. Nothing changed. Who'd have guessed it? Who'd have guessed it? What is your forecast for tomorrow on video earnings? I don't forecast. No forecast, mate. Yeah, good eyes, Coop. It's a shame we did that move overnight, you know. Like this, where is it? This one. Kind of a shame we did that. And we could have left that really nice for us to bid off today. Still bidding upside. You can see now we're starting to get separation from the flow zones. We're into key level here. So this is initial balance now set. So now your initial balance rules apply, right? So you're either in a auction above IB. If we're going to auction above IB today, or if we're going to auction above IB today, we're going to come and test previous day value area high. Failed auction will look like a poke through, some kind of failure back underneath. If we fail previous day value area low, you're looking for rotation to VWAP. This is where we've built out a lot of liquidity today. If we get stuck under there, we're going lower day. Those are the trades. These are exactly the same trades as we drew out this morning. Nothing has changed at all. I would want to see ES really take out that high of 63s. Would make the next trade easier. So seeing absorption on the tape here. You can see that buyer coming in above me, 70 lots, trying to absorb 35s. If he loses previous day value, we might move lower, but it's going to be tricky at this point. See how patient you have to be, folks, on days like this. I'm not looking to force my way into it. I know that better trades are coming. Maybe not today, but Thursday, Friday, better trades. I won't be here for long on Friday, by the way. I've been told not to be at my desk long on Friday because we're going away somewhere. I have no idea what we're doing, but we'll see. Back to value. I don't really like the short until ES takes out that high at 63s. So it's going to make it tricky here, I think, to think about anything. Which is not by accident, all right? It's not by accident at all. We're doing absolutely building liquidity the right way on purpose to make sure people jump in ahead of time and get trapped. Still bullish momentum so far. All right, it's trying to build bullish momentum for a squeeze out. Again, I'm not touching it long because I still feel like we're in a range. I feel like we're just exploring outside a little bit. Coming into this area here. If we get up here, or if we pull back and hold, then I'll trade long up to take out all these players from yesterday. Until that point, I'm not convinced of anything. Mag's still all heavy though, other than Nvidia. It's the only one green right now. Rest of the mag, all red. How many of you are doing a good job not clicking buttons right now? That's what I'm interested in. How many of you are sticking to a plan of only trading a legit setup in front of you? Hopefully, you're all doing that. You should not be slamming buttons. Contorted, my biggest account killer has been FOMO. Yeah, and that's pretty usual. No trade yet. DJ Noah doing a good job. Vanderman, not a good job. Swami Jose, W on that. I'm not sure what on, but well done. Sitting on hands, no trades yet. I am on point, FOMO in control. Nice work. One break even. Good work. Definitely tricky here because if we reclaim, you got to feel like there's a chance to drive up, but the buying opportunity is so much lower. I don't want to trade long into the top side of range. Really hard. Really tricky day how they're setting it up. VIX still not quite filled its gap either. ES not taking out that 63. Got the orb and nothing else. Yeah, same as me, Brandon. So failing initial balance high, failing in front of point of control. Again, they're still holding previous day value. We are just chopping around. Slowly, slowly, I'll catch the money. Value area low again here. Pulling back again here. 25's on the book, downside. 50's on the book, upside. Not much else on the book, I don't think. Yeah. Slow day, thin book. Not much going on. The book map's dead. It's literally dead. You can see it above me. It's dead. Starting to fail value here. Said, they're going to make this hard. I don't like the short until ES has taken out 63s. They are going to make this really hard. Can already tell. So failing point of control, back under value. If they reclaim this, this can be the dip and the rip. But I would actually rather lean short side, but I just can't based on what I'm seeing. Most of them are dancing. So like Microsoft not too far from red to green. Meta, and it has gone green already today. Meta the same. Amazon the same. These lot need to make their mind up what they want to do. Said I'd rather lean short side, but I'm just unconvinced. They just rotate and smack this down. It's going to be impossible to trade it. Back to value on the session. Oh, man. They're nasty. They're nasty. So we took the high out, the pivot high that we needed on NQ, refilled an imbalance up to 40s and 50s, failing back down now. Possible rotation coming with ES leaving that same level high, and ES is already at New York VWAP. So it's already done IB to VWAP trade on ES. They're going to make this really, really tricky to play anything today. Like I said, I didn't like the longs up here. I felt better about short, but you know, I'm not going to short that technical breakdown there for here. It's not enough meat on the bone. They fail to reclaim, I'll think about it. But even these highs I don't like. There's not a big excess left up there. Not big excess. So yes, bouncing off feedback, VWAP and PDC. But it's basically back into the top of the old range before it broke out. So basically up until 10 o'clock around that area. Very similar to this move here. If you think about this as sort of 10 o'clock range, ES is trying to bounce off that right now. I am unconvinced by a move upside today at the moment. VIX finding a bid. Didn't quite fill its gap, filled to the spike high, but didn't close its cash gap, but pretty much there. That is messy on ES. What's that upside? 65, so it looks heavy. Back to VWAP. This looks heavy. Slicing through. This is what I was saying. If they don't set this up, it's going to be very hard to participate in it. So range rotation. IB to VWAP possible. Failing previous day point of control. Underneath previous day value. Back into current value on the session. It's possible we come and test down here towards 500. If it wants to test. ES has basically already done that move, which is just to make it extra tricky today. So you should be in capital, both mental and actual monetary capital preservation mode right now. I've only had that one scalp today, folks. It's all I've had. So what am I up, like $700 or something? I know it makes a boring stream, but hopefully it's making sense to you. Why I wasn't looking for longs there, why there's no actual short setup, why we're just coming back down and testing what? We're testing an RBS zone here. If we push here and we fail, there's a deeper move. If we push here and reclaim, there is a squeeze move setting up. They're gonna make this really hard. I promise you. The way they're building it, they're gonna make this hard to trade. It's for a reason. Nvidia now 0.71% up. The rest of the mag's still all red. Nvidia holding this up. Remember, it's the biggest stock in the market and it's got earnings after the bell tomorrow. Yeah, $700 is nothing, is it? It's just, you can only trade what's in front of you, you know? Can't have a banger every day. It'd be nice if we could, but yesterday was pretty good. We saw the market clean. We've seen the market pretty clean today. We're doing well to avoid the nasty action. We're lighter on volume as well today. You can see there's not much volume in these charts. All right, lighter on volume. All right. Reclaiming previous day value area low. Yes, struggling here. Somewhat surprising. Meta just gone red to green. Rest of the market's still all green other than Nvidia. Google selling harder today. Amazon's about to go red to green. Apple's not too far away. Microsoft's not too far away. Tesla's not too far away. Google, the heavy one. So if they all start finding bids, Amazon now gone green. There you go. They all start finding bids there, help this have a shove up. So they might have just caught there on that RBS level, right, into value, into the old orb. Maybe that was a trade. I don't know. It's not something I love. Now sweeping previous day point of control high, failing up there. You can see just the chop back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So they hold previous day. If they hold previous day value area low here, it's got more of a chance of a bigger squeeze up towards, what's this level up here? 615s. So if they pull back and hold this, they have a chance up here. If they fail under this again, if there's a reattempt here and they fail, I think we come and clean out all of this again. And this thing is, it's a little messy. We're still just dancing, really. When you zoom out on an H1 or an H4, if you look at the levels we're dancing between, we're just stuck. If you're a range trader and you like scalping, this is probably a really nice market for you. As we all know, those are not my favorite trades. I like trading trend when people are stuck. Right now, we're building in stuck traders. In the next few sessions, we're going to abuse them. That's when I'm going to make my money. Days like today, I have to try and avoid doing damage. Yes, back to PDC, back to VWAP. Just reading these Trump comments here, sorry. What's Cracker Barrel? I'm not familiar with it. Is it a diner? Is that where he's eating? Why is he commenting they need to go back to their old logo? Funny. It's a redneck IHOP, is that right? Funny. DJ Noah. In the past, I would have jumped in on that breakout and swiped straight back down. Yeah. I think we've all been there once upon a time. Christopher Hopper says, Alex, just have to say that hearing you talk out loud through all these nuances of mental approach are huge. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Raphael Trump in 16 minutes. Is he top of the hour? Is he talking? Thank you, Raf. Appreciate it. Is he, if we buy the course, does it include all the trading view indicators or it's separate? It includes like a version of it, not the pro one. But you get a major discount on the pro one once you buy the course. Dawson Shores, a US chain. Oh, you're all talking about the restaurant. Got ya. Redneck IHOP for the win. I've never heard of it before. Maybe because I've not been to a state it's in. Regardless of that, is it good food? IHOP's pretty ghetto where I live. You get served with a spit in your coffee. I do like stuff like that though. I love a good like pancake and eggs and bacon at the weekend. Great breakfast. See, I'd love it. I love stuff like that. Yeah, probably right, is he? Probably right. 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect time for something like that, isn't it? Good feed up. The market's still here, folks. We're not really moving. Right, like you're in sort of 20 points here. Here's your RBS from this morning. Here's previous day value. Here's point of control. It can't get, remember, this is volume from yesterday. It's unable to get over it. All right, if we break down under here, there's a bigger flush moment. If you're playing initial balance, maybe you're playing to here. I'm just not, there's nothing in these charts today that's making me like really want to trade it. If anything, I'm thinking about a short rotation unless it proves otherwise. Again, it's not really setting up nice, and ES has already done the move. The hardest thing right now, ES has already done the move. If we look at ES, IB to VWAP, it's already happened, right? There you go. There's your IB. There's the really nice structure down to VWAP, failure, failure, failure. If they come and clean this out, it can do a full rotation. NQ, relative strength, because NVIDIA holding up. So at no point has NQ, done what we just saw of lower highs, lower lows, down to VWAP and a fail and back down. We're not seeing it on NQ. Relative strength in NQ is going to be the much harder asset to short today, unless they start going risk off in NVIDIA, which is probably very unlikely given that earnings are, I don't know, 30 hours away or something. Let me just check, because Raf did say Mr. Trump was talking soon, so let me just check that. I don't see it on Financial Juice. Do you have it somewhere? I've got nothing here. Oh, hang on. Yes, I do. Korean president. Trump greets Korean president. And then we got Logan. No, I'm just going to add you in now because I just see your email. Where is it? All right, I just emailed you back. That's sorted for you, Noah. Who else has hit me up from the team? Gabster, I add you as well while I'm here. Yo, Alex, Trading Views having a flash sale. Is the essential plan good enough for paper trading and rewind, or should I go for premium for when I actually start real trading? I think essential plan's fine. Premiums, just if you need like a lot more charts. Essential plan should be fine for you, Alex, I'm pretty sure. I'm just reading the comments. Keep saying, grab whatever looks good in the moment, and then prepare to regret it when you wake up. Yeah, probably true. Probably like numerous bathroom visits. Probably the same for IHOP and whatever Waffle House you ever go to. No worries, Noah. No worries, dude. If you want more, you can wait for Black Friday. Yeah, Black Friday is always a good sale. They always do a good sale there. What's the discount in the flash sale? I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. Alex, what's the discount in the Trading View flash sale? Let's have a look. %30 off yearly essential, 70% off premium. It's pretty good, isn't it? %80 off. Wow. Good sales. All right, so they're holding. We just did talk about this. I got caught monologuing. They're trying to hold previous day value. All right, if they do this, they can try and open up a squeeze towards those 600s. Why 600s? It's just where those highs are yesterday, sort of 615s. If they can get through that, they're going to have to get through point of control first. But if you were bidding off this, it's not something I bid off, but we talked about it after they did this move here. If they hold previous day value and current value on the session, we can try and have an expansion move, which is what they're trying to do. It would be a C money. It would be like from here, long, partial, partial, and just holding to see if you get up there, because it can very well fail. You can see on the liquidity above us, levels, sellers at 50s, 55, 60, 65, 70, and 80. Is there anyone above trying to drag it up? Probably not. A little bit at 600 like we just talked about. That's it. What about on the ES? Still magnet up there into 65. Like I said, I think ES has got to take out 63. That's what it's trying to do on the ES, which is what's making this difficult. Right, this level right here on ES overnight, you can see, think about how many shorts are positioned here. All right, right here. This is where all the shorts are. ES wants to take that out before it thinks about doing anything else. Could they make this any harder right now? I don't think so. They're doing a pretty good job of encouraging people to get in and getting them stuck. I would say they're doing a pretty good job right now. 3 minutes into the new hourly bar. Slow day. We expected it though. We had a good day yesterday. We will have a good day. I think Thursday, Friday will be really good. Once we get NVIDIA out the way. If NVIDIA is like a golden goose, you know, the market is just going to keep rocketing. If they're not going to miss. But if we've priced it in already and, you know, the market's just like, hey, that's not as big a win as we wanted. And we see some profit taking NVIDIA. You know, if we sell the news, maybe even it's good and we gap up and then we sell the news the next day, the market will roll with it. So all eyes on NVIDIA for Wednesday after hours. That's really what we're waiting for this week. In a balanced range, probably until we get through that. Once we get through that, we can see. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a forecast, but I mean, it's I shake my magic 8 ball. I don't want to forecast like I thought you meant when you asked earlier, like something like, yeah, I think we're going to beat and we go on a rip. Like I'm just not going to say that. What I think will happen is it will burn the options. It will burn both sides of the options. Yes, 50Ks, Troy. 50Ks. Easiest to pass, easiest to get payouts from 50Ks. I've been trying to do a few 250Ks. Sometimes I like them. Sometimes other days I'm just like, I hate this. It's too much size for me to mentally take. 50K, yeah, 2 to 3 micros, exactly. 2 to 3 micros. Until you get past the buffer, once you build a buffer, have multiple payouts, you earn the right to size up. Got to earn that right to size up. In this market, or especially in days where we have expansion, 2 to 3 will get you paid what you need. New hourly bar coming in 30 seconds, folks. And you got Trump talking, I think, in 30 seconds. See if we can get the link for that. Live now from Fox. So he's just signing executive orders, is he? This is an old link that they've got up here. I think that's wrong. I can't see it. I don't think there's anything. What are we doing, market? What are we doing? All right. Thinned right out. Look at these sellers. They've all just left the book as well. They're not adding higher either. They don't think we're going to get filled. What to the downside? This is nothing to do. Cabinet meeting. Okay, thank you. Well, he fired. Well, if he's allowed to. He tried to fire last night, didn't he? Oh no, I've just moved that 32s. All right, back to Globex, back to deep pullback flow zones. Yes, looking a bit rolly here, back to its New York VWAP. Amazon, green. Nvidia, green. Everything else, red. Here's your range currently, all right? You're just stuck. That's your range. If they start rejecting this, we've built volume up here. If they keep rejecting this, eventually you probably get a liquidation down to here. If they reclaim this, we go higher. This is, you can see this volume here. This is where buyers are currently stuck. If they keep rejecting that, you probably get a liquidation breakdown to 500. Yes, bouncing off its VWAP again. Like I said, just had that one trade today. They're making this very tricky. Yeah, he'll take questions for sure. They will ask him on the firing, and they'll ask him on Jerome Powell if he's going to remove him and who he's going to put in. That's what they're going to ask. And maybe some stuff on China, because he made comments on China yesterday, which kind of spooked the market a bit. So if they keep punishing American exports, that he's willing to charge them 200%. I mean, we didn't completely puke because I think people have got bored of him saying the same thing over again and not doing anything. The market's not really pricing anything in because it's a bit like the boy that cried wolf. You can keep saying the same stuff over and over again, but you're not doing anything because all you're doing is 3-month extension, 3-month extension, 3-month extension. So the market's like, hey, we can't keep pricing in this bullshit. We'll price it in when something firms up. And that's what it feels like at the moment. The market's in a holding pattern. There's buyers down there at 15s, 12s, and 10s. And we're just at the edge of this range. And we're still inside previous day. If you've not traded today, or if you've taken a scalp or a couple scalps, then you're doing well. You're doing well. That's exactly how to trade today. It's still got a gap fill potential here. Hasn't quite filled its cash gap. It's come to its spike high, but hasn't quite filled its cash gap. So I'm just watching it. See if it fills. Yeah, catch you tomorrow, Mo. Nice. Thanks, Dean. Appreciate the support. Just the hourly chart is pretty telling right now how stuck we are. Let me get it up for you. This right here. I'm going to zoom into this. Right, this is potential RBS. And this is where we're failing from. This is the stuck zone. Right, we need to get rid of RBS for a rotation. We need to get over this for a push. Until then, we're just stuck, which is what you're seeing. The hourly is showing you it. Here's an imbalance. Here's your RBS, which we've traded through. And here is supply, where we broke down from. Just stuck, completely stuck. Market's gone to sleep. Yeah, take care, Christopher. Catch you tomorrow, mate. Nice work. Lots of you getting off stream now. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. One more question, guys. Sorry, I'm a noob to prop firms. Say I build a buffer from 50k to 5k. Does that account get blown if I lose 2k? No, it does not. It would have to drop all the way back down to 50k. Oh my gosh. Are we going to break down here? That to view up on the ES. Like I said, the ES has already done the move, which is making it really hard to think about anything. Edge of range again. Protecting low volume area for now. Low vol stuck between. If we get stuck here, like I said, I think there's a trade down to this coming if we get stuck. So New York view up here again on the ES. Again, New York view up on the ES. Again, they're trying to hold bids here. I think, like I said, if they get stuck, there is a move down to, well, I might as well just call it 500s, eh? And if they get stuck under there, then we go real low, probably low day. New York view up again on the ES. It cannot make its mind up what it wants to do here. You just wonder if there's a big flush coming in this market soon. If they can't hold this forever, if they let it go, they're in a bit of no man's land here at the moment. If they let this go through the volume, then we're going to flush straight down. The hardest thing is that ES has done the move. It really puts me off trading it. You just wonder. They've had numerous attempts. If you think about what we've done today, trap the sellers at the low, grind, 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 failed breakout, previous day point of control, underneath previous day volume, buyers now trapped up here. This is where we've got volume. If they keep failing up here and leaving these buyers trapped, there is a play down towards here, but ES has already done it. If we fail this, all right, we can come right down because there's lots of lows left to clean up still. Not ruling that out, especially if they give up NVIDIA. Right in an RBS level on the Owly. Here we go. They're going to do it. These dirty, dirty, dirty bastards, as Sean Bean would say. Oh. All right, I got to pee. I'll be back. Take care, Trini. Okay, we're back to Globex, holding Globex right now. We've been here so long that the thin volume's not so thin. Still think there's a trade down here. If they get stuck, there's a trade down here. If they reclaim, they can squeeze to 600s. But right now, I think there's a trade down to here. But ES has already done it. ES has just failed the next VU up and is trading lower. Oh, they're making it impossible on NQ. Look at ES. What a beautiful trade. You traded ES today off the failed push to IB second time round. I'll show you what I mean. ES, really nice. All right, there's your high. All right, you could have taken any of these breakdowns. You could even taken this failed push to IB. VU up 1, VU up 2. Really, really, really nice. But just because of NVIDIA, NQ is just not moving. It is not moving. It is what it is. Sometimes that's what happens, right? Sometimes that's what happens. Back to VWAP again on the ES. Yeah, this is looking worse and worse for the ES if it doesn't hold on here. Oof. Vic's trying to reclaim that 15, watching that carefully at the moment. So ES bouncing now. Now it's taken out some of those little lows and traded back to lower time frame algo and its VWAPs and PDL. It's gone straight back to the next VWAP and PDC. We're just trapping between again. Nothing's changed here, folks. No trades for me other than that first trade this morning. There's nothing here that I love. This has swept this low though, but again, it's just way too dangerous to be thinking about long today, just because of how it's set up overnight at the moment for me anyway. Because we know this is value from yesterday low, this is point of control. This is a problem for this market, clearly, because it's not able to trade through it. Do I ever take trades on ES? No, I don't. I used to trade it, but I'll just trade NQ now. And if days like today happen, it's just one of those things, but you know, it's okay. So back to test current value on the day. VIX rejecting 15. And we just talked about, traded up to 15, found a rejection, trading back down towards low of day. See if it fills its gap on the VIX or not. Right. Sorry, folks. I can't do anything when it's like this. We're not playing with much range when you think about it. Even extremes of today, you know, we're in 120-point range. That's all we're in today. An inside bar in a 120-point range. It's not ideal. What are the pros, cons of trading NQ over ES? The pros and cons are basically the same thing. So speed of the tape and the volatility. So you can make money quicker in the NQ. You can also lose money quicker. So it's the same thing. It will overshoot levels, the NQ. ES is a thicker tape. So I'd say ES is really beginner friendly. And that doesn't mean you have to be a beginner to trade it. It trades a little slower. The tape is thicker. It's the most traded market in the world on the ES. So it's much, much thicker. So, you know, if you are playing key levels, it's going to respect it more. NQ will run key levels out. How many times do you see NQ overshoot a key level by 30, 40 points before turning around? But for me, because I like traps, kind of works. So rejecting previous day value area low again. Reaper, good morning. You said, what are you saying? Gold's trending. Yeah, probably. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? Stuck at previous day value again. Are we going to trade down to 500s? God, this is exhausting to watch. So slow. I feel like watching a 1 minute. I'm watching like a 30-minute at the moment. It's so slow. So breaking the lows here. Are we going to trade down to those 500s at this point? ES back down to that lower time frame algo. It's just unbearable. Just drip down, rip back up, drip down, rip back up, or the other way around. Drip up, rip back down. No follow through on the tape. Normally, I would say we're going 500s. The only thing putting me off is the ES. Look how many times it's come down and found a bid off Globex and VWAP and everything else. Otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, NQ is going to roll over here and go get hurt. But they need to sell NVIDIA for that to happen, basically, is a better way of me putting that. And it doesn't look like they're willing to do that at the moment. Things can change, but look, NVIDIA 0.82% up. They are not willing to sell it currently. And you're at the bottom of this little range that we've created here. And if they just consolidate and sweep this to go higher, it's going to be so gross. What a gross move if they do that. Just letting ES do all the work for it. How long we got left? 40 minutes. Are we going to trade down towards those 500s? If we let go of 500s, are we actually going to let go today and do something? This is just ridiculous, man. Could we be any slower? Could we be any slower? The answer is no. And suddenly the tape just thickened up. Look at that, 1 minute ago. All these guys coming in at 5:02. All these people just turned up. I'm getting ready to get off the screens because we're not moving. Unless we want to do a lesson or something else. Because there's literally nothing here to do. We're chopping backwards and forwards. There's no trade to be had here. ES is like being, a better trader. Is that the right word? Yeah, a better trader. It's trading better. We should look at the difference, right? There's no setup in here. Look at ES, beautiful. Really nice setup down to here. Now we've swept everything. Maybe it comes back up, I don't know. But because of that, it's going to make it impossible for us to want to do anything. And if you think that's by accident, you're very, very wrong. Yeah, just one little trade this morning, Tyson. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else setting up. ES gave a really nice IB to VWAP, and with a lower high and breaking down. And NQ is just being a bit of a little bitch, basically. No, I don't think Willa Williams. I don't think better this afternoon. I think more of the same. I can definitely be wrong, but I think more of the same this afternoon. This is not Trump affecting this. This is nothing to do with that. This is all because we're inside. We're waiting for NVIDIA. This is, unless Trump's going to come and say something outrageous, which he's don't think he will right now. And honestly, I think the market's just bored of him. Like, I think the market's kind of called his bluff and been like, you're not doing anything. Because his comments on China yesterday were massive and we didn't move on it. The market's making itself clear now. Hey, Mr. Wolf, we don't believe you. And until that changes, this is what's going to happen. Yeah, they're asked about the Fed, but like, the thing is, what's he going to say? Yeah, we're firing this person. All right, cool. Yeah, we're going to fire Powell. The market's heard it 20 times already. No. This is what I mean. It is getting to a stage of Mr. Wolf. We're going to tax them 200%. Yeah, you've been saying that since you got in. But actually, what you keep doing is giving them, a 90-day pause. So the market's got bored of his bullshit. And that's why we're not pricing it in at this point. We already priced in Fed cut. We priced it in last night. This is what happened. As soon as he said it last night, it was this candle. And we priced it in. And we came to a technical level and we went, well, it doesn't matter that much. So maybe he says it again and we get a little swipe. But is it going to change the technicals in this chart right now? No, I don't think it is. It's just my opinion, though. I'm happy to be wrong. And back to previous day value area low, and still can't get through it. Still can't get through previous day point control. The snooze fest continues. Tesla now gone green, Amazon green, Nvidia green, Meta not too far away, Microsoft 0.25% down, Google 0.85% down, Apple trying to go red to green for the 5th time today, it must be. Take care, Muhan. I'm just not willing to trade in this. It's just sloppy. I would rather have my little scalp and let the move. How many engulfing candles do you see in here? How much momentum do you see in here? I don't see much. We've left this. I'd feel much better about a long if we took that out. I just don't trust anything I'm seeing yet. And ES left the 463 we talked about. So it left the upside and traded lower. So NQ's left the low and traded up, and ES has left the highs and traded down. What's my preferred copy? Probably Replicanto. I mean, it's not the most advanced nowadays. I know there's lots of people using, was it TraderSync, like a web-based one, which is good for all the firms where you can't use. Obviously, I execute on Ninja, so I need a trade copy which executes on Ninja Trader or Tradeify. If you're using firms where you're trading on Project X and stuff, you're going to need to use something like TradeSync. But I haven't used it. I haven't tried it, so I can't say whether it's good or not. I know lots of people have had problems. Still rejecting the same levels. Jeez. Is that the trade copier got screwed on that YouTube video, Alex? Yeah, that is what happened. It's not the copier's fault though. It was bracket orders. Trump was not ready. Now scheduled at 12. It was bracket orders. So what happened was I playing a short? I think I was playing a short. So let's say I took like a short here, and I had a stop here, and I had a limit fill here, and I think it filled some and not all, or some. Trying to remember what happened. And we traded down, and I locked in profit here on them, except it didn't fill like 8 of the accounts or something. So when I locked in profit as a buy here, it bought the market back, which means on the accounts that didn't fill, it bought the market instead of covering a short, and it traded lower and they got smoked. And then it happened again this side. So I think there was just a bit of lag in the system that day. Unfortunately, it's something I found when I trade more than 10 accounts. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you remember it. Okay, are we going to trade back down to this level now? This is the low volume node we keep protecting at the 12s. What are they doing? It's not filling 500s, not drifting under it. ES back lower again. This is just getting painful to watch. How dreadfully painful to watch. So here's the low volume protecting it. Underneath 5s, we should trade to 98s basically. So basically, underneath where we are, we've got 10 points to play with. I mean, it's nothing. Underneath that, it can puke, but this is just not moving, man. It's very controlled. It's not like there's a panic in here. Nvidia is starting to sell a bit, though. Here you go. So here's the 500 move I've talked about for like the last hour or so. Back into here. Here's VWAP. If we trade under here, we probably trade to 98. If we get heavy under that, all right, if we get heavy under this, there's probably a trade down into this edge here to clean out these stops. And if we get heavy under that, we're going all the way back down. So you can see it took forever to play. Like I said, I could see it setting up. I just didn't like it. This to this was a probable play just based on volume. Took forever. It literally took forever. And you can see them on the tape here. 502, 595s. If you took it, I told you I'm not going to take it. But if you took that, fair play to you. Fair play to you. Let me have a look. What's this doing? It's Still holding. It's looking a bit weaker though. If you see it collapse under here, multi-time frame wants to go higher. Intraday, if we fail this, might rotate. It's just, you just got to wait. And that's why NQ stuck. That is exactly why NQ stuck. $30 minutes left, folks. Yes, definitely that happens, Aaron. Especially when I'm trading micros. That definitely happens. Ugh. Everything's gone red other than Nvidia now. Or Amazon's holding on by a thread. The rest have all just gone green to red. So basically, Tesla's at green to red, just gone red. Amazon's trying to do the same. Apple's just gone red again. Meta's gone red again. Microsoft's red. Google's still about 1% down. Nvidia 0.63% up. Right, it's just holding the market up right now. And they're not heavy red, other than Google. You know. All right, do you know what? Midweek tomorrow we're going to do Apex giveaway. Early birthday, early 40th giveaway. So we'll do an Apex giveaway and we'll do a 40% off the course giveaway tomorrow as well. For a bit of fun, because today's been slow. You guys have been punished watching this price action, honestly. Today's been slow. Let's have a look at how the other one would have traded today, the new indicator. Do this correctly. Is it forgotten it? Oh, blue, yellow. Not bad. Give you a long signal here. Inverted head and shoulder. Starting to fail here. So we're in no man's land. If we get across here, then we go weak. But most of them, multi-time frame bullish right now. They would have kept you out of trouble. Would have kept you out of the shorts. Got you into the longs. Well, that move on a 5 minutes, go down to 2 minute or something. Wakey, wakey. Come on, Trading View. Yeah, pretty good. Nice inside bars here on a 2 minute. Coming into this 200 here. All right, and we're coming back down to that level. Here's the level I said we'd trade into, 98s. Finally tagged it. This is where the volume is on the day. Jesus. I mean, if you've got this short, I must congratulate you, because you have the patience of a saint to take this short back down from value to here. For 30 points you would have got out of that. It's probably one of the better trades today, and you're starting to see it melt away a little bit now. Just a choppy day. Yes, back down to that same level. Globex and VWAPs and lower time frame algo. You took the short, Ken. Well done. Well done. You did well. It made sense. It made sense. You could see, we talked about it, didn't we? Volume trapped at the highs above here. This push in confirms that, because we reject it. There's your inside bar, and that is a short back down into key level. And it's probably one of the better trades today, to be honest. It's a decent trade that. Wasn't patient. Got here just in time. Made my quota though. Oh, nice. There you go. Not great, but green. Well, you take it on a day like this. Yes, ripping back up off that same level. So now you want to see if they get stuck here. I think this is a pain point here. This is where we just broke down from. They get stuck here, we go lower. If they reclaim, we probably come and take these out. You are getting closer and closer to lunch here, folks, as well, just as a warning. Even the tick chart's feeling like it's starting to move slow. No one's at home. Look at the book. Yeah, still stat both sides. 440 on ES, 474 lot, 440. So that low of day. Under low of day. Oh, it's the 5-day moving average. Okay. All right. What have you got for the rest of the day? Inside, reclaim this, maybe a shove. Rejection of these, maybe a rotation. Two big maybes. That's where you're at. You're at the midpoint right now, basically. There's your extreme low. There's your extreme high on the day. This is probably around mid. Rejection here, you might get a rotation if they let go of NVIDIA. Reclaim all this. And we go for next leg up. Market is not mega bullish right now, okay? It's just in a consolidating phase. Gosh, I'm tired. "20 minutes left. What a choppy day." Just make sure you're not clicking buttons and oversizing. You might be like, what a boring stream. It's my first time tuning in. He hasn't really traded much. Well, because the conditions are not there for my type of setup right now. I mean, you could argue that if you just followed the flow zones, all right, there's your buy, there's your sell. But, you know, I'm not looking for 20, 30 points. Where possible, I'm looking for, 100 plus points, 50, 100. Checking the news. Fed Cook says lawyers will file a lawsuit challenging attempted firing by Trump. Yeah, they'll probably win as well, to be honest. All right, they're looking to fill these guys at 20s. Let's see if they start lifting here. Yes, doing. Still got these guys. Still not filled 63 like we talked about. Oh, Chris, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I totally agree with you. I just know that so many people turn up to stream and they want call outs on trades, and I'm just not willing to do it unless there's something really nice setting up. I mean, I did tell you where I thought it was going to go and the rejection point, and it's up to you guys if you wanted to take that. I didn't take it. I was very open and honest about this. Felt like buyers were trapped up here. If we reject it, there was a rotation back down to this level here. We talked about it over and over again. Some of you took it. I didn't. That's probably, I would say, probably the best trade of the day so far, which is it shows how bad the day is. Stuck back here at Globex. ES trying to reclaim New York. View up. All right, use the bathroom again, guys. Coffees are going through me today. Open still hovering around 5. I sold a lot into 6 yesterday. Look at this. Sorry, team. Give me a second. I just want to review what I'm looking at here. So I sold some into these pushes. I was up almost 200%, holding a flag level very nicely. If we either hold this flag or come down and show some sort of base down here, I don't mind adding. But I'm in from 198 was my first buy, so I'm in from here and a little bit here, and I trimmed some here and I trimmed some here, so almost 200%. I've paid myself a lot of money in that move. All right, how long left? 17 minutes. Let's add some of you to this. There's Jack. Do this while I'm waiting, folks, because nothing's moving in the market, so I don't feel enthused right now to do anything. Jim V. Amazing how many of you like this indicator. What is it that made you really like this indicator for those on stream right now? What was the selling point for you out of interest? we go. Just got all of you signed up. Let's see what you said. Definitely not boring. You saved a lot of us from potential losses. Not too many high probability trades today. You don't pander to gamblers and degens. Most of us appreciate that. Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate you all. Looked clean and simple based on Robert's concepts. Easy to read. That's good. What did you need from us for that? There's just a link. If you go to my last video, which is all on it, all you have to do is fill that. There's like a little form. You just put your name and your trading view username and your email. That's all I need. That's all I need. And then it should look like this or something like this. It is clean though. I do like it. What I don't like is that. That needs to be like a... It's a good color to use. Maybe I think the line chart with it's really good because you can see the structure. For those of you who really struggle to see where people get trapped and like inverse head and shoulders, failures on necklines, things like that, I think it's really useful. And this, I think, is really good. Help you stop fighting against the overall trend. Right now, you can see that H1's neutral, which means H1 currently is stuck between a 21 and a 200. So we're building liquidity on the H1. No, there isn't, Troy. I haven't done that. A few people have asked, so I will be doing that. We've just moved servers now on the course as well. So we'll have to get that sorted. Back to VWAP here on the QQQ. SPY letting go of its VWAP. NVIDIA still holding up well. Still nothing to do here. Nothing to do here. I took that long sitting on my hand since... Which long? You took the long back from here? From here back into this? Or you took this one here? Big order and ES is just looming down there. Dick's finding a bid. Just trying to trade back to 15s. It's a big level, that 15 for VIX at the moment. It starts reclaiming it with a squeeze on, then the market gets a bit weaker. Again, relative strength in the Qs today. So the harder market to short today is the Qs. RTY up nice on this session, 0.59% up. That's the strongest index right now. Gold up as well, just under 0.5%. Let's have a look at what GC is looking like. Oh, so easy. I mean, that is about as textbook as you get. Double bottom, initial balance, hold, pull back, go. Look at this 2 leg. 1, 2, boom. So nice. It's days like this where I'm like, why am I trading this bollocks? The one earlier in the day. Yeah, that makes sense, Troy. Makes sense. NVIDIA just basing out at the moment, holding 5-minute flow zones, holding an old RBS zone, stuck at its initial balance. ES weaker, look at that. ES trading back down to VWAP for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time today or something. How long till lunch? 9 minutes. absorbs from down here. I never closed that poll. What happened on the poll? Did you all vote it right? Have you all changed your opinion? 52% said chop, so you were right, pretty much. Yeah, most of you were correct. I'm telling you, Nvidia's trying to do an inverted head and shoulders here to get to PDH. Yeah, like if it breaks out of PDH, does it drag the whole market up with it? That's the question. Or does it sweep it and get stuck? I don't think there's going to be a setup for me this afternoon. I just think I'm done here. You can see I'm completely disengaged with it. All right, higher low potentially here. Do they sweep this? Do they inflict pain to go up? This is Nvidia reclaiming its IB. It's trying to put a squeeze on. If it breaks that current high of day, it's going to go for previous high of day. It just depends if the rest of the market reacts with it. Oh. 5 minutes left, folks. I think someone said Trump's going to talk at midday now. I won't be here for it, that's for sure. What a boring session. I think there is NES long. If it breaks the IB, then retest to go higher. Potentially, yeah. I don't know if it would be today though. You'd need this. You can just see like we're stuck between this and this. It needs to make a decision. This is like no man's land. It needs to make a decision. The best long, honestly, will be if we do something like this, because then you can get in cheap, and if we reclaim, you can go. Up here, you've got to be very careful for failure. But if we do reclaim this and start grinding, I'd be looking for one of these, probably in the next few sessions, to take out all-time high. If we do reclaim. But I'd be cautious about looking long on ES above that IB today. It's holding its range well. As long as you're protecting this so far, it's trying to sort of build for that. But I'd be taking partials because this is the stop run I think it wants. This is a bonus. If it takes these guys out, that's a bonus. But I'd be very careful it doesn't do one of these on you, because just how we've built, this didn't sweep this. This swept this though. These didn't sweep. These didn't sweep. This didn't sweep. So this here is resting now. Tricky. Like, it's tricky. Genuinely, it's tricky. That's why I've stayed out of it. It's non-directional. If we zoom out, let's just go to 15-minute. All right, let's just draw. If we think about this, it's going to help you understand. 9:30 to 4. I'm going to have to shrink this. One. And then today. Okay. So, point of control, value area high, value area low. Value area high, value area low. Inside of previous day, point of control moved down slightly. Today, value area low has moved down. Value area high is the previous 2 days value area low. See this? This is why it's tricky, because we can reject this range and leave these buyers trapped and go for a deep rotation until it really proves strength and wants to start reclaiming all of this. It's tricky. It's really tricky, because this technically can act as supply for a rotation lower. It has to reclaim it, which it's not done. Look, we came up to PDC, previous day POC, and we haven't done one of these. We reacted negatively from it, but we're holding overnight range. So this remains absolutely pivotal. Reclaiming this with some bullish structure, then I can think about an upside move. Until then, it's very, very hard to think about a pro trend. Could you explain what the IB is? Yeah, initial balance, just the first hour of the day. All right, so it's a theory based on the first hour of the day. So from 9:30 to 10:30, what are the high and low points? There's your low, and here is your high. All right, so a trend day will happen when we're above initial balance, pushing higher, or below initial balance, pushing lower. Otherwise, we're in a rotational day, which means we trade from IB to VWAP, from VWAP maybe to IB, from IB to VWAP, maybe from there back down, maybe from there back up. This is a liquidity building day. So it helps you identify the type of market condition we're in. What's the NTZ? No. Where's the NTZ? Oh, where's the no trade zone? I'd say all of this for me at the moment. I know we're building bullish, like this is trying to build bullish structure. I know we're trying to do this, but this up here, like we just talked about on the 2-day balanced range, is so key. If we reclaim that, that's more of a pivotal move. If we push into this and fail again, we're open to a collapse. So I'm trying desperately not to touch any of this until we trade through it, and maybe that will be tomorrow. Just to say that my payout was approved. Amazing. The 30% losses per trade, not from the accumulation of the lost trades. Oh, that's amazing, Louis. That makes me very happy. Congratulations. Yeah, I also had some payouts approved yesterday. I'm deliberating whether I pull like a decent chunk of money out of one of my accounts, almost all of it, take like 7 grand out, but then I'll blow it and start again. But do I just pay myself some money? Haven't made that decision. I've been umming and ahhing for a few days now. All right, so reclaiming flow zones, coming back into the same area. We held this low volume node on the reclaim. So we drifted from, remember the trade was from here to here, made sense, point of control. We're coming back to current value on the session. If we get through all this, then there's probably a pro trend. You're into lunch now as well, so I'm assuming Trump's talking based on what you guys were saying. I'm done now as well, folks. I'm heading out. But you know what you're looking for now, okay? And we've gone through it, high time frame. Yeah, you have a Trump cabinet meeting right now, folks. So just be careful in case he has some Q&As and stuff. You can find it on the Associated Press website. Unless you're going to use that 7K for more leverage, increase your contract side, then payout is the answer. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I can scale this account. I'm beyond 6th payout. This would be payout number 7. So I'm like, I can try and really grow this account at the moment. It's really, if it wasn't my birthday, I'd be trading it for upside. But because it's my birthday coming up, I'm like, oh, just pay yourself. Go and buy yourself something nice. All right. All right, folks. And I'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully tomorrow we have a bit of better price action. We're probably pricing NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. It's one thing we need to be careful of. All right, team, be careful over lunch. You've got Trump talking. Peace and love. Use hard stops, all that usual good stuff. Good work today. Sitting still, letting it just develop. And those who took that scalp in the morning with me, well done. I know we've sat still pretty much since then. But yeah, if you took that short we talked about, well done. Just be careful, right? Just be careful. Peace and love.